Okay, so I'm going to be replacing the rear speakers here. Now to do it properly, you're gonna have to remove the rear seat, you have to remove this panel, and then you can finally remove this panel here. The problem with that is at the time of me filming this truck is about 33 years old, and I'm positive I'm gonna start breaking or cracking the panels or snapping off the clips, things like that, right? Some of the giveaways are like it's already starting to crack over here without me touching anything, and I already spent so much time rebuilding the interior. I know that if I crack it somewhere where it's visible, it's gonna bother me. So we're gonna do it a different way. We're going to make an access panel right over here, but we're gonna do our very best to put everything back together so it looks OEM. All right, so first thing, we're gonna mark out where we're gonna cut. I'm gonna make one cut here and one cut up here, and that should free up this panel here. The reason I'm choosing these spots is because of the bends along the window here. It'll keep it more rigid, keep it from like deforming when we put it back together. All right, so let's mark out some lines. All right, so using a straight edge and a Sharpie, I marked out my cut lines. Now, based off some videos where I've seen, I believe there's a clip right over here under the speakers, and then there's one over here. I want to cut in between them just to keep these two panels rigid when we reinstall them. All right, so what we're going to be using to cut is a oscillating multi-tool with a wood and a plastic cutting blade. This is probably the best thing to cut it with. One is you're going to get pretty good control over the cut, and also if you use like an abrasive disc or something like that, it could come out really jagged, and the way I plan to patch this, I need the lines as straight as possible. So let's make the cut. Seatbelt's gonna get in my way. There's our first cut. Now we're going to cut the top here. So I think we were pretty successful. Made 2 cuts. Now just work the panel out. Okay, so I'm having a little bit of trouble here. There's a clip here which I was able to knock loose, and then there's one more all the way back here, so I'm using a long pry bar to try to snap it free. Okay, got it free. That took me about 10 minutes. Now where I screwed up is I cut it a little too low. There is a clip right over here that goes right in here, and when I cut it, it goes halfway in here and halfway way in here. So I oversaw that. If you're gonna do it, just make the cut about an inch higher than I did. All right, also, when I installed this windshield here, I made a little bit of a mess with the sealant, and that's essentially what happened. So I came to change the speakers, and I realized that there are no rear speakers. So that really sucks. Okay, well, to fix my useless cut, I'm using this leather repair tape, which you can see the texture. It's actually got a pretty similar texture to the original plastic here. And all I did was just set it here. This one could probably use a little bit more cleaning. This one's just a little bit better, but that's what it looks like after it's all done. But yeah, hopefully you guys have better luck with that.